Top of the day, family. Top of the day. How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? Somebody drop good morning in the chat. Somebody drop good morning in the chat. How y'all feeling today, man? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling great? Okay, cool. I see the chat going crazy. My family say, yeah, I'm in the building, Dion. What we doing? What we doing? All right, cool. Let me make sure y'all all good. Let me see here. We still got a couple people coming in the waiting room. And make sure everybody is all good. Okay, cool. All right. We got the DTD alumni in the building. Somebody put alumni in the chat if you're a DTD alumni. Hey, man, y'all know that, man. Come on now. God is good all the time, baby. You know the vibes. Come on now. Where my alumni at in the building? Where y'all at in the chat? I see y'all. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Today's morning motivation session is going to be really good. As y'all know, I always play a really good video for you guys to review, to kind of take the information in, see what you get out of it. Hold on one second. Let me make sure we are on point. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's grow. All right, let's see. Okay, I see a lot of alumni in the building. Come on now, what we doing? Jesus, y'all got the chat going crazy. Okay, I see y'all. People are still entering into the room, y'all. This is crazy. We're gonna have 200 something people in the morning session here. Y'all see how this community is just growing and going? It's amazing, isn't it? Hey, one thing I'm gonna tell y'all. It's beautiful to be a part of something that's growing and glowing. Because in this world we live in, if you ain't growing, you dying. And y'all are definitely growing. All right, let's get into today's session. Let me share this video. Let me send this video so that way we can get going. Let me see. Boom. All right, let me see. Got you. Boom. Okay. Boom. Boom. All right. Cool. Let me share this video to my laptop, and we can go ahead and get the show on the road. And as you guys already know, when I'm going to share a video, and then it's your job to catch the message inside of the video. Okay, to decipher what is being said to you inside of this video. All right. Let me go ahead and drop this to my Mac Mini. What y'all know about that Mac Mini? What y'all know about that Mac Mini? All right, cool. Here we go. Let me make sure I turn the volume down. I don't want y'all to know what I'm about to share with y'all. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. All right, let me share this here. I'm gonna share my screen. That real said that's the one I want. Well, go ahead and go get it. Steph, yeah. Google that thing, man. This is gonna be the best thing that you're gonna be like, yeah, nah, I like this one, Dion. This one is good. I'm like, yeah, I told you. All right, cool. So let me share my screen. Let me put this video. I'm gonna put it over here on this screen. Let me see. And then I can share with you guys so that way we can. Let me see if I can put it on this screen over here. I got like 6 different screens, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. All right, let me go. And let me put this over here. So let me take my whole Zoom call and put it all the way over here on this screen so I can still see the chat with y'all in it. See, when you got you a Mac Mini, you can just navigate. It's crazy. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah, yup, that's the block. Yup, the Mac Mini Studio was the block. Yup, that's it. You got it right. You got it right. All right, now this is crazy. My computer's acting crazy, y'all. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So let me minimize this here, and then I can add this here. Boom. Okay, cool. So now I should be good to go. So let me make this large on this side. Then let me come over here. Y'all, I'm navigating this Mac Mini code. Let me navigate. Hold on. Let me cook real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let me share my screen. Do me a favor. Once y'all can see my screen, drop a 1 in the chat. Once y'all can see my screen, drop a 1 in the chat. I'm just having fun, y'all. Listen, y'all, look, my setup is crazy. Like I got a monitor here, I got a monitor here, a monitor here, and I got a monitor up there. I'm working with 4 monitors, and then I'll be putting stuff everywhere. It just be kind of like crazy. It's insane. I'm gonna show y'all my setup. Let me see. I'm gonna try to show y'all my setup towards the end of this call. Okay. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show y'all real quick before I jump on this. Hold on, look. Let me show y'all this. Look, check this out. I got to jump on my phone so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Y'all gonna be like, bro, what you got going on over here? Let me show y'all this. Look, check this out. Look.
Recording in progress.
All right, let me see. All right, check this out. Look. I'm gonna share my screen. Look, let me show y'all this. Look, this how the setup look. Let me go start video. Boom. Then let me turn this around. Where is it at? All right, so I got myself in here. Let me show y'all this look real quick, y'all, real quick, so y'all can see how this look. I'm gonna pin my other self. All right. Can y'all can see my other screen? Can y'all see this setup? Look, check this out. Look. Y'all see this? So look, I got a monitor here. Y'all gotta look at the screen. Look. I just pinned it at the look at the video. Y'all can't see it? Okay, y'all can see it now. Y'all should be able to see it. Just look at the screen. All right. So I got a screen here. I got a screen with a teleprompter here. I got a screen here for the video that I'm about to play with y'all. Then I got another screen here. Y'all see all of this? Y'all see this setup? With the mic and everything. Alright. Yeah, y'all gotta swipe so y'all can see it because I pinned myself double time. Alright. So just like this. This is how the setup look. Alright. Cool. Y'all should be good now. Alright, there we go. So let's go ahead and get into today's call. I got y'all. Let me break this down. I love how the community is growing. Y'all going crazy. Let me go ahead and start this video so that way we can go ahead and get to it. The teleprompter is called an El Gato teleprompter. I got y'all. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen. When you can actually see my screen and you can see the video that I'm about to share, do me a favor and drop a 1 inside of the chat. Do me a favor and drop a 1 in the chat if you can see my video. All right, look, let me stop one more time. I gotta hit play sound so that way I can make sure y'all hear my sound. Let me share sound. Hit share. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna make sure y'all can hear this too. All right, here's the video. I need y'all to listen to the message, family. Listen to the message. And drop a 1, drop a 2 in the chat. Let me know you can hear the sound.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
28.
28 years old. And then how did you get rich?
You're not going to ask me when I became a billionaire.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did you become a billionaire? How did you get
Own
rich?
business.
You own
have to own your business, yes.
So how many companies do you own?
I have more than 10 companies around the world.
Can I interview you for a minute?
Yes, of course.
So what was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
When I was young, 6 months, $80 million.
You made $80 million in 6 months?
Yes.
In what business?
IP licensing.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I started with negative debt of $3 million. dollars.
You started negative $3 million in debt. How?
My family member passed away, and I inherited $3 million in debt, not in cash.
For somebody who is stuck in that cycle of poverty, what advice would you give to them?
If you want to escape the cycle of poverty, be friend with at least one rich person, because all the rich people want to teach you how they become rich. They want to give you some money to start your business. The poor will only bring you down.
Did you go to college?
Yes, of course. I had 2 master's degrees before I was 20 years old.
What's one lesson about business that you would teach me right here that is not taught in business school?
Okay, a lot of people aim for sale for the figure of the revenue. No, not the revenue, not even profit, because your profit could be hidden in the bad debts, in the things that you can't get. The most important thing is the net cash that you can take out of the business as the net dividend after tax in your pocket. That's all that counts.
That's game right there.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
My parents are from Thailand, but I live in Monaco.
How important is it for an entrepreneur to leave their hometown?
It is the best thing. Every time you leave your hometown, it's no longer comfortable. You become enlightened.
So it's safe to say that you can't become a billionaire working from home.
You're not a tree.
You're not a tree. Hey, if you're going to sit on the couch, go sit on the couch in Paris.
Yes.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Remember, don't always try to make people like you, because when you're successful, you will have haters. You only need to please God, and that's it. Because human, you can never please them. They can't even please themselves.
You have amazing advice.
Thank you.
I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yes, of course. I'll give it to you. Call me anytime.
All right, so what's up, family? What y'all take from that? Was it good? Or was it gooder? Do I need to run it back? She said she spoke to my soul. Stephanie said be friends with Dion. Ooh, y'all talking crazy this morning. What's somebody that slipped some of y'all coffee? What's going on? What y'all got going on? Somebody said run it back. What y'all think? We gotta run it back? She said some crazy stuff. She said some really good stuff, y'all. Okay, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. Now look, this time remember, every time y'all know how when y'all watch movies, the second and third time that you watch it, you always catch something different, right? So this time when I run it back, I want you to catch something different. It's 2 minutes of good stuff. Listen to these 2 minutes. Catch something different, family. You caught one thing, catch something else. Let's get it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
28.
28 years old. And then how did you get rich?
You're not going to ask me when I became a billionaire.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did you become a billionaire? How did you get
Own
rich?
business.
You own
You
business?
have to own your business, yes.
So how many companies do you own?
I have more than 10 companies around the world.
Can I interview you for a minute?
Yes, of course.
So what was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
When I was young, 6 months, $80 million.
You made $80 million in 6 months?
Yes.
In what business?
IP licensing.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I started with negative debt of $3 million.
You started negative $3 million in debt. How?
My family member passed away, and I inherited $3 million in debt, not in cash.
For somebody who is stuck in that cycle of poverty, what advice would you give to them?
If you want to escape the cycle of poverty, be friend with at least one rich person, because all the rich people want to teach you how they become rich. They want to give you some money to start your business. The poor will only bring you down.
Did you go to college?
Yes, of course. I had 2 master's degrees before I was 20 years old.
What's one lesson about business that you would teach me right here that is not taught in business school?
Okay, a lot of people aim for sale for the figure of the revenue. No, not the revenue, not even profit, because your profit could be hidden in the bad debts, in the things that you can't get. The most important thing is the net cash that you can take out of the business as the net dividend after tax in your pocket. That's all that counts.
That's game right there.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
My parents are from Thailand, but I live in Monaco.
How important is it for an entrepreneur to leave their hometown?
It is the best thing. Every time you leave your hometown, it's no longer comfortable. You become enlightened.
So it's safe to say that you can't become a billionaire working from home.
You're not a tree.
You're not a tree. Hey, if you're going to sit on the couch, go sit on the couch in Paris.
Yeah.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Remember, don't always try to make people like you, because when you're successful, you will have haters. You only need to please God, and that's it. Because human, you can never please them. They can't even please themselves.
You have amazing advice.
Thank you.
I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yes, of course. I'll give it to you. Call me anytime.
All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is what I want to know. When watching this video, did you catch everything you feel like you needed to catch, and you learned the lesson that you needed to learn from this video, or do I need to run it back one more time? Because listen, what I tell y'all This is 2 minutes of good stuff. Like I took notes the first time I watched it. I'm taking notes again. I took notes again. If you own this car right now and you're not taking notes, I promise there's about 8 different things that she said in this video that can help you get to your next level. It can help you unlock something mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and more importantly, the goal that you are seeking to hit financially. You say you got a favorite movie that you watch because it's your favorite movie. And every time you watch that favorite movie from when you was a kid to now you an adult, you see things differently. It's very important. The way you observe things is very, very vital and important to the way you see things, to the way you can apply things, to the way they can shape and mold who you are. The way you view that movie when you was a little kid is not the same way you're going to view that movie as an adult. Y'all, this making sense? The way you saw things when you was little is not the same way you are going to see things as an adult. There are things that you're going to pay attention to. There are cues that you're going to catch. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? One more time. I'm going to play this one more time. So that way can't nobody in the room say I didn't get it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, question for you. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
28.
28 years old. And then how did you get rich?
You're not going to ask me when I became a billionaire.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did you become a billionaire? How did you get
Own
rich?
business.
You own
You
business?
have to own your business, yes.
So how many companies do you own?
I have more than 10 companies around the world.
Can I interview you for a minute?
Yes, of course.
So what was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
When I was young, 6 months, $80 million.
You made 80 million in 6 months?
Yes.
In what business?
IP licensing.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I started with negative debt of $3 million.
You started negative $3 million in debt. How?
My family member passed away and I inherited $3 million in debt, not in cash.
For somebody who is stuck in that cycle of poverty, what advice would you give to them?
If you want to escape the cycle of poverty, be friend with at least one rich person because all the rich people want to teach you how they become rich. They want to give you some money to start your business. The poor will only bring you down.
Did you go to college?
Yes, of course. I had 2 master's degrees before I was 20 years old.
What's one lesson about business that you would teach me right here that is not taught in business school?
Okay. Other people aim for sale for the figure of the revenue. No, not the revenue, not even profit, because your profit could be hidden in the bad debts, in the things that you can't get. The most important thing is the net cash that you can take out of the business as the net dividend after tax in your pocket. That's all that counts.
That's game right there.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
My parents are from Thailand, but I live in Monaco.
How important is it for an entrepreneur to leave their hometown?
It is the best thing. Every time you leave your hometown, it's no longer comfortable. You become enlightened.
So it's safe to say that you can't become a billionaire working from home.
You're not a tree.
You're not a tree. Hey, if you're gonna sit on the couch, go sit on the couch in Paris.
Yeah.
If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Remember, don't always try to make people like you because when you're successful, you will have haters. You only need to please God, and that's it. Because human, you can never please them. They can't even please themselves.
You have amazing advice.
Thank you.
I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yes, of course. I give it to you. Call me anytime.
Okay. So now let's break this down. Let's talk about this, family. Let's break this down. Let's talk about this. Because it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack. But we gotta unpack it. We gotta talk about it. We can't not talk about it. Let me say this one thing. I think that this is the most important thing that's gonna help you guys in this room. And this is the part that most have not figured out. One of the most important things that I felt like the young lady stated was exactly what's keeping not everybody in this room, because y'all in this room, y'all been getting to the money, y'all been getting to the chicken, otherwise you wouldn't be in DTD. So first of all, let me start there. But most people are stuck in a poverty situation, and here's why. She said one thing that most people you can't do. She said the only thing that you need to be worried about is pleasing God and not pleasing people. There you go. There you go, Coach E. There you go, E. There you go. Y'all have y'all not figured out that success and successful people come from people only worrying about who they are, living in their truth, and pleasing themselves, which means you're ultimately pleasing God because you're not worried about what nobody else got to say and what nobody else thinks about you. Have y'all not realized that? Let me, can I break it down a little bit more? Somebody put break it down in the chat. Can I break it down just a little bit more? Can I break it down just a little bit more? Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Somebody, come on, somebody put break it down. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Here's what everybody is running from. Embarrassment. Embarrassment is the most unexplored emotion in the world. My suggestion to everybody in the room is to go after embarrassment and feel it. Live in it. Be okay with it. Because you're not really going after embarrassment. You're doing what's called overcoming fear. Embarrassment is the most unexplored emotion in the world, family. I live in my truth, which some people would call embarrassment, every single day. Do y'all know how much I get talked about on the internet? And I don't care. You talked about me when I was broke. You talked about me while I'm rich. I'm still getting paid. Here's something else that you might have missed in the video. This is the part that most of y'all have not realized either. When you put your back against the wall, you will end up being more successful than anybody else around you. What you mean, Dion? I personally believe that she is only as successful as she is because she had to start out $3 million in negative debt. I feel like if she would have started out $3 million up, she would have probably lost it all. She would have probably risked it all and not made some good decisions because it wasn't detrimental for her to figure it out. Is this making sense? Y'all gotta think. Think about this. Let's think about this. First of all, she had to put the man in his place. Because she like, I'm not just a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. But let's think about this. What year did she make her first $1 million? Come on now. Come on now. Here's my question to everybody in the room. Either what year did you make your first $1 million, and what age were you when you made your first $1 million, or what age will you be when you make your first $1 million? This is the kind of stuff that we got to start thinking about, family. I want y'all to keep it real with me. Like, let me know in the chat. Like, let's be real. Keep it real with me in the chat. At what age did you make your first $1 million? Or what age will you make your first $1 million? She was 28. Here's something else that y'all got to accept. I need y'all to accept it. There's something else y'all got to accept. Somebody put I will in the chat. Somebody put I will in the chat. She said the only way that you can become successful and escape poverty is by doing what? What you got to do? What you got to do? What you got to do? There you go. Two things. The first thing you got to do is you got to become friends with at least one rich person. So here's my question to everybody in the room. Who's your rich friend? Put their name in the chat. Who's your rich friend? Put their names in the chat. You got to put at least one. You got to put at least one name. At least one. At least one. Dion, Darius, Dr. Ebony, Miss Skittles, right? Stormy, Dion, Darius, Smitty. There you go. You need at least one rich friend. JD, Dion, Lawrence Brooks, Dion, Smitty, Kim Perryman, Herm, JD, Smitty, Dion, Smitty, Pinky, Infinity Mail, Coach K, Dion, Smitty, Coach K, Joy, Darius. Come on now. CEO Ricky. There y'all go. Family. Somebody put Tyler Perry in the chat. I ain't mad at you though. And if that's your friend, introduce me to Tyler. I could use some more rich friends, right? Here, let me tell y'all why this is important. And I know some of y'all have heard this story before, right? Some of y'all have, some of y'all haven't. So I'm gonna tell it to y'all again. Here's the crazy part about life. And y'all can call me crazy if y'all want to. Say what you want to. Here's the crazy part about life. And here's the second thing that she said that you got to do in order to become rich. And this part right here, some of y'all, I promise. This part right here, some of y'all, I promise, you haven't grasped this concept either. I attest my ability to become a multimillionaire and now currently running an 8-figure business simply based upon the fact that I did something that most of you are not willing to do. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Move. Somebody put move in the chat. When I physically moved from Chicago to Atlanta, it moved me in every other aspect. It moved me, that physical move, it moved me spiritually. It moved me emotionally. And it also moved my finances. You know why? Because I was no longer hanging around people that I used to hang around. People that did not listen. People didn't have the ability to pour into me. See, when I was back in Chicago and I was in my hometown, I was the big fish in this small pond. Everybody went to Dion for information, for strategy, for the success. Everybody looked up to me as the go-to person. So I had nobody else to look up to. I had nobody else. And it was like, at the time, it was cool for the years that it lasted. But then towards the end, right before I moved, I just kept having this feeling of like, I don't like the feeling. Is there anybody else in the room that you feel like your hometown is not serving you? Y'all, when I moved, I started hanging with a different group of people. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't want y'all to think that it's just sweet out here. The people that I was hanging with when I first moved to Atlanta, like this is my 4th year living in Atlanta, right? The people that I was hanging with, like my first 2 years here, like when I say we was hanging together and talking every single day, I'm talking about we was hanging together and talking every single day. Now because we have all grown tremendously, we have all gone our separate ways. We don't talk as much anymore. But I will attest a lot of my success to this particular group because they really stretched me. They really grew me. And here's the crazy part. Like I would say like 1/4 of the group was already rich. The other 3/4, including myself, I was still in a mode of figuring out how to get like ultra rich, like how to like really hit that $1 million mark, right? And so I'm in a group chat one night. And one of my guys in the group chat put in there that he had made like $250,000 today. And so y'all got to think like where I'm from, $250,000 in a year was like crazy money. Like if you could make $250,000 in a year where I'm from in Chicago, like you got it. And I'm like, you made $250,000 today? Like today? And he was like, yeah. And so it immediately allowed me to realize that I was in the right place. I was in the right room. I was around the right people. And here's the thing that I immediately gave myself the ability to say that I can make it too. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's a lot of people in the room who are stuck and who are stagnant in the same place around the same people making the same money because you simply don't want to move. Like, some of y'all are holding on to like relationships that are not serving you. Like, you feel conflicted. You feel some type of way even being cool with these people, being around these people. They might be your friend, they might be your family, they may be your business partner, but you feel conflicted because you feel like being with these people or being around these people, I can't grow. I'm talking to somebody today. I'm in somebody's business today. I felt the same way. Listen what I'm gonna tell y'all. When I moved to Atlanta, I'm finna keep it all the way real because y'all family. Somebody draw family in the chat. When I moved to Atlanta, family, listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. I could talk to y'all like this and I could talk crazy. I could do what I want to do because y'all family. When I moved to Atlanta, I was around people that helped me get to the point to where I can make my first 7-figure year, right? And then there were some people that I was around that I had made 7 figures with, that I had to realize that being around these people, I wasn't going to be able to make 8 figures with. So here's what's crazy. Watch this. I leave from Chicago because I was only making 6 figures to get to the point to where I could become a millionaire. So I feel like I got to move. I get to Atlanta. I had my first 7-figure year. And then even when I had my first 7-figure year, I had enough discernment in me to realize that I had to part ways with some of them people and some of those places to get to a 7-figure year. A lot of y'all in here wouldn't have did that. A lot of y'all in here are stuck at 5 figures a year. And in order to go to 6 or 7 figures a year, you won't even sacrifice 5 figures because of the people that are associated with it. So a lot of y'all in here are stuck at 6 figures a year and you won't move or move around and sacrifice the 6 figures to get to 7 because of the people that are associated with the 6 figures. Some of y'all in here maybe even be at 7 figures and you won't sacrifice the 7 figures to even see if it's possible for you to make it to 8 figures because of the people and the places and the things that are associated with your 7 figures. She said the poor will always bring you down. Dang. She said you must leave your hometown to become enlightened. For some of y'all, the only move that you need to make is the move that you know you need to make. And that one move is going to be the decision that changes your life for the rest of your life. So my question to everybody in the room is, when are you going to move? So you can have your first 6-figure year, 7-figure year, 8-figure year. And I don't know if we have any 8-figure earners in the room, but your 9-figure year. There you go, Brother Murray. She said it best. You are not a tree. Move. Move. Move in your most uncomfortable state, if that means that that's what it takes for you to be obedient to get where you're looking to go. Just move. Like, why do we have to keep having conversations about it? Just move. Cordero said next month. Okay, good. I'm gonna hold you to it. Move then. He said I'm coming to Atlanta. Okay, good. Move then. Before you physically move, I need you to mentally move. I need you to spiritually move. I need you to emotionally move and detach yourself from the things that are holding you down and holding you back. I need you to spiritually move today. I need you to emotionally move today. Detach yourself from the things that are holding you back, the things that are not serving you. Move. And then once you mentally and emotionally and spiritually move, The next best thing for you to do is to physically move. Some of y'all have outgrown your hometown. It talks about that in the Bible. How your hometown will mock you. Yep. So where you moving to? Where you moving to? What city you moving to? Put it in the chat. Where you moving? Where you moving and when you moving? Hold yourself accountable. Where you moving and when you moving? Hold yourself accountable. See, saying things and not putting a date on it and executing it is just talking. When it becomes a goal when you write it down and you put a date next to it and you execute on it. That's when it becomes a real goal. Somebody said, okay, Indiana, ATL, Charlotte, own brokerage, Covington, Louisiana, moving from Louisiana, from Detroit to Texas. Put a date on it. ATL. What's the date? I need to know the date. What's the date? Write it down. Write it here, then write it down. By the 4th of July. Where we moving to? June 31st is the deadline. Where we moving to? Y'all playing. I just moved to the A. I wasn't playing. Good, Vaughn. When did you move? Where did you move from? And you came to Atlanta. When did you move? End of the year. Good. Put a date on it, though, Kafui. I need a date on it. Atlanta, August 26th. That's a date. Houston, August 26th. That's a date. Come on. Atlanta, December 26th. That's a date. Texas or Georgia, June of 28th. That's a date. I need a date. Kiara Renee said, I'm coming there with y'all. What's the date? You can come all you want, but you ain't going to come unless you put a date on it. Because y'all got to understand, when you put a date on it, your body and your mind, your spirit and your soul is going to work in alignment with the date. What's the date? Y'all put a date on everything else. Put a date on this and stand by it. Well, Dion, moving ain't the easiest thing in the world. Well, it sure ain't. Becoming rich ain't either. So either you going to stay stagnant or you're going to do what you got to do to become successful. Your choice. Texas, 27. August 8, 27. Good. Miami, October 26. Good. April 1st, 26 to the A. And let that not be an April Fool's joke. Come on. I'm looking for houses now. Come on, Claire. Let's get it. May of 2026. Atlanta, August of 2026. April 1st, 2026 to the A. Charlotte, July of 27. Here, look, y'all, look. Think about how many people is on this call right now. Over almost 250 people on the call. You probably got a cousin in this room that's planning to move where you planning to move to. Why don't y'all connect? And when y'all move, y'all could be accountability partners. Y'all become real life DTD cousins. What we doing? I moved from KC to Atlanta in 2015, then Atlanta to Texas in 2024. I'm waiting for God to tell me my next move. Good. Good, Corey. Good. Who all moving to Atlanta in 2026? Put ATL 2026 in the chat. And then there go your cousins. There go your cousins. There go your cousins. Last thing in closing, family. Last thing in closing. Last thing in closing. This young lady said she made $80 million in 6 months. All I'm here to tell everybody in the room is that it's okay for you to stretch yourself and for you to go to the next level and for you to not to put a time limit or a price or money limit on your income potential and the time frame in which you can make it. $80 million in 6 months. You know why she made $80 million in 6 months? Anybody know why? She made $80 million in 6 months because she realized, just like I realized, like most successful And people that make a lot of money in a short period of time realize that God is not on a budget, but you putting him on one. You putting God on the budget with your limited beliefs. How the hell I'm going to make $80 million in 6 months? Well, here's what I will tell you. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're also right. The last time I checked, God ain't on a budget. Why do you think that he could provide for somebody else, but he can't provide for you? God is a provisional God. He's a favorable God. And just because maybe you have not felt like your life has been favored as of lately, you might want to check and think again. Because last time I checked, you on this call with me. Last time I checked, you got a few coins in your bank account. Last time I checked, you paid your bills. Last time I checked, you ain't out here on the street begging for change. Last time I checked. But you want to act like you got it bad. No, you got it bad because you think bad. It's your mindset. It's your thought process. Change the way you're looking at things so the things that you were looking at will finally change for you. And when things change for you, they will change for everybody around you as well, because you're not just affected by your decision, your actions, and your moves. It's the people that are close to you that are also being affected by your decisions and your moves. So stop putting God on a budget and start asking him to bless you. And you put in the work that it takes, and you make the decisions that you have to, and you do the things that you must in order to get where you're looking to go. Family, that is the conclusion of our Mindset Morning Motivation session. Somebody drop amen in the chat. Somebody drop amen in the chat. All right. Listen, family, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to go and I want you guys to go inside of the Telegram groups, and I want you to drop what was your takeaway from today's morning motivation session? What are 1, 2, or 3 things that you took away that you learned from this session? And I want y'all to take a screenshot of this call before we exit, and I want y'all to post it and tag me on y'all social media posts. I'm gonna repost some of y'all. Get y'all some followers, get y'all some engagement, get some people to come to y'all page and follow y'all and tap in with y'all. All right. So make a post, put it on your social media page. I'm going to repost some of y'all. Just make sure you tag me. All right. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this morning motivation session. God bless y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Peace out.